I often get questions from folks, um, not so much here or on any of the forums because we're usually working on our own stuff, but I get questions from other folks. Why do you work on your own stuff? Why do you not trust anybody? Because today your owner's manual tells you go see the dealer. They don't tell you, they used to tell you how to adjust your valves. Here, I'll explain why. This is an example. I bought this car and the engine's been rebuilt and they replaced the heater core, all kind of at the same time. The guy that bought it, the car had been sitting for a while. The guy had bought it and he couldn't get the engine to run. I think it had been sitting so long that it wasn't seized, but I think the rings might have been, stuck and he couldn't really get it to run right. Anyways, the guy's not really a mechanic and he took it somewhere and had them rebuild the engine. When they rebuilt the engine, they did something that's good. They painted the engine compartment, and it kind of left a little evidence for me, although I knew this heater hose was old, but, obviously you can see where the spray paint is on here. They went through the trouble of replacing the heater core, rebuilding the engine, and they didn't replace the heater hoses. Neither one. This thing is hard as a rock. I mean, it wasn't ready to burst or anything like that, but it would eventually with, it's sitting for years and then all of a sudden I'm driving it a bunch now. This wouldn't have been long for this world. I don't understand this. I don't understand, look, if I was running a shop, I may charge a little bit more, but you know what? I would insist that, you go for quality, right? How hard is it? You got the system all torn apart. You already got the heater core out of it. Replace the friggin' hose. I don't. You're already there. You're already there. Now they probably did the core while the engine was in the car, or vice versa. So maybe they didn't disconnect both ends at one time, or maybe they did. I don't know. But this thing is just no good. Why would you leave this in here? It's hard as a rock. So that's why I do things myself on my own stuff, because I know that I'm going to get the job that I want. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't occur to some people to do this. If you got a shop, everybody knows belts, hoses, consumables, right? They're consumables, or what I would call a limited life component. We know that heater hoses don't last the lifetime of the car. The frame is not a limited life component. It will last the life of the car, but this won't. So anyways, I just wanted to, rant about that a minute and try and encourage folks to work on their own stuff and really take pride in it and don't skip steps. This is a perfect example of a skip step that just was not necessary. So while I've got the head off of the car because, they didn't do that right either, this is something that I'm going through and doing. I'm doing all these little details that weren't done before.